My Comedy DVDs part 26. Ahoy, hoy everybody, and welcome to part 26 of a look at my comedy DVDs. We're getting there. We're on the last shelf. So as before, stand-up, sitcoms, sketch shows. That's about it. I missed a lot, but chances are I've had some films, had some other comedy-ish videos, but I think these are all the basic ones. Okay, so first up we have Series 1 of Josh, the sitcom written by and starring Josh Widdicombe. This is a signed copy that I got with my HMV. I can't remember the name of the scheme now, but the points that you used to get. Really good sitcom, enjoy it a lot. I only own Series 1, but Series 2 and 3 are on my wish list. I just haven't got around to getting them yet. But yeah, very strong. Also starring Beatty Edmondson, daughter of Aid and Jennifer Saunders. Ellis James and Jack D. But yeah, very funny. Very good. Another Richard Herring live DVD. This is Happy Now. So this was his stand-up show from 2016. He settled down, he got married, he had a baby. He's had 2 kids now, but at the time just 1. And this is him, is he happy now, basically. But yeah, very good, very funny. Recorded at St David's Hall in Cardiff, a venue I know very well. Loads of extras as usual. Go Faster Stripe release as usual. Very good. Okay, this is Series 1 of Uncle. Again, I only have Series 1, but the others are on my wish list. I just haven't got round to them. But a great sitcom starring Nick Helm. And you might be wondering what's going on with the cover there. So I won a charity auction for some signed Nick Helm DVDs, and this is the first one that you will see, but there's more to come. So it's arrived signed, and he sort of put an arrow to himself and drawn a heart around himself, scribbled out his co-star's face, and then on the back again hearted round himself and scribbled out anybody who isn't him. Love it. But yeah, very good sitcom. He's basically gets much against it. He's sort of a bit of a loser musician who's not getting any success in life or with women. And his nephew sort of gets dumped on him, and they sort of form a bond, and it's the story of that. But yeah, really good. Miranda Hart's My What I Call live show. So following the success of her sitcoms, she did a live tour in the arenas, and this is sort of the recording of that. It's interesting because she's not a stand-up. It's not stand-up comedy, really. But it's hard, they class it as a stand-up on the cover, but it's not really. It's sort of hard to describe. I mean, there is stand-up bits in it, but it's more. No, I suppose it is stand-up, really. Technically, just doesn't feel like it to me, anyway. But it's very much playing into her persona, and she plays games with the audience and things like that. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. If you like Miranda, you'll enjoy that. This is Moon Boy Series 3. I have already shown the first 2 series as part of a box set. This is the 3rd series. So this was a Sky sitcom written by and starring Chris O'Dowd. Very loosely based on his early life. But basically, he's the fictional best friend of this young lad. And a story of him growing up, etc. But yeah, very good sitcom. Enjoyed all 3 series. Go Faster Stripe release. This is Adam Buxton's Old Bits. So this was sort of a compilation of highlights of some of his best material that he did as a single show at the Royal Festival Hall, somewhere like that. Somewhere proper. BFI South Bank. Not quite, but sort of a compilation of his material from the previous 4 years that he did in 2017. Yeah, really good, really funny. So he does a lot of work using his computer to show images, and he does things like reading. It doesn't sound as good as it is, but reading out YouTube comments and things like that, making funny little videos. If you know the Adam and Joe show, it's sort of it's got that vein of taking everyday stuff and making comedy out of it. But yeah, highly recommend. Very funny stuff. Another Go Faster Stripe. This is Mark Thomas. This is 3 shows in one little set. Excellent value for money and really good. So Bravo Figaro is the story of his dad, who, despite being a builder, you know, very working class northern sort of the earth bloke, loved opera, and it's sort of a story of his dad and his relationship with his dad. Very moving but very funny. Cuckooed is a true story of how, as part of his various political projects he does, one of the groups he was in got infiltrated by a policeman, and, you know, they were really close friends and nobody knew, and it's the story of how that happens and the lives it affects. You know, there's been quite a bit about it fairly recently, you know, about people who've had kids with these policemen who were undercover and things like that. But yeah, again, it's all very funny because he's a master storyteller and comedian, but also really interesting. Third one is The Red Shed, which is a 47-foot long wooden red socialist shed in Wakefield, where Mark grew up, and was heavily involved in the miners' strike, and it's the story of that and the people there and so on. But again, really good. Loads of really good extras as well. Very good stuff. Speaking of very good stuff, this is Rufus Hound live, Being Rude, at the 100 Club in London. This is signed. I met Rufus after a performance of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Raved over this to him, and he sincere thanks for your kind words too, sir, and signed it. Rufus Hound. Yeah, this is brilliant. If you only know Rufus from his sort of TV work, I don't think you'd appreciate how quick-witted he is and how funny he is, I would hope. But I don't think you'd realise quite what a masterful stand-up he was as well. I say was because he's pretty much given up stand-up in favour of acting. But as I said to him, and as I've always described it, he's like a cross between Bill Hicks and Stuart Lee. Or his presentational style and the quality of his comedy, I think it is excellent. Highly recommend that. Certainly if you only know him from Celebrity Juice, it's nothing like that, but it's really good. Not that, as most of you know, I'm a fan of Celebrity Juice, but I'm just saying, you know, don't base that on whether you like his stand-up. We have series 2 of Inside Number 9. So this has got a list. No. Let's get the list up. Are they listed on there? Yes. So it's got La Couchette, which is the one set in the sleeping compartment of a train. The 12 Days of Christine, which is often cited as the best, really strong, starring Sheridan Smith. The Trial of Elizabeth Gadge, which I absolutely adore. That's the witch hunter one, set in the 17th century. Just some hilarious gags in that one. Cold Comfort, which is the one set in the call centre, which is all sort of told through CCTV cameras. That's a good one. Well, I mean, they're all good. Nana's Party, which splits people. You either really like it or really hate it. Personally, I really like it. That's sort of set in a suburban house at a party for the birthday of Nana. And Seance Time, which is based around a seance TV show, which, oh yeah, all really good stuff. Love it all. Count Half Strong second series, so I've raved about this on previous videos, but yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. Can't fault it. Love, 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 love it. Spitting Image series 11. So I was wrong, I haven't already shown the box set. It's on the back half of this shelf. But I did show 9 and 10, did I show earlier? On previous video? Whatever I showed on previous video. Anyway, this is series 11. I won't go say any more about Spitting Image. Only to say, by that point, wasn't particularly great. Just trying to think, where are we time-wise? Let's do a couple more if I hit them. Let's do Frank Skinner Live, Man in a Suit. I think this is a tour I saw him on. I'm pretty certain it is. Can't work out why this has got a yellow case. Doesn't seem to fit at all. You know, he's just wearing a black and white suit, or grey and white suit. So a black case would have been perfectly fine. There's no yellow anywhere on the cover. But anyway, yeah, love Frank Skinner. Just a masterful comedian. Great stand-up, just naturally funny guy. And this was a really, really good show. As I say, I was pretty certain this is the one that I saw live at Pompey Guildhall. And it's brilliant then, and it's brilliant on DVD as well. Marion and Jeff Series 2. So a long time ago I showed the Rob Brydon box set that contained Series 1 of this. I then subsequently bought Season 2 because it is very good. So in the first series, Keith Barrett, who Rob Brydon plays, Marion and Jeff are his ex-wife and her new husband. He was a taxi driver. He's sort of, in the second series, he's now a chauffeur. And we see a bit more of his outside life in the second series as well. But yeah, really good stuff. Okay, and then finally for this part, we have the Stephen Fry years of QI. So on a previous shelf, I showed first 3 series of QI. Yeah, series A, B and C, which had individual releases. Those releases then stopped, and as I explained at the time, Series A was released by BBC, but B and C weren't. They were released by Fremantle, somebody like that. Warner. Yeah, but then, as I say, the releases stopped, but then, thankfully, Network got the rights, and they released these 4 beautiful sets. So as you can see, we go A, B, C and D in set 1, E, F, G in 2, H, I, J in 3, and K, L and M in series 4. If you don't know QI, why don't you know QI? But each series is based around a letter, and all the themes for all the shows are to do with those letters. So the very first episode was, the theme was Adam. That doesn't make sense. Because it says, oh, because it's A to D. Ignore me. And the very last episode of D was December. We were doing the Christmas special, probably. Engineering to geometry, hodgepodge to just the job, and knees and knockers to misconceptions. Now, as you may have noticed, there's sort of 4 series in this one. That's because they were shorter series, and they were only the half-hour episodes. There's extras on all these as well, but not the same extras that were on the previous releases. The same applies to Series 2. So again, although it's only 3 sets in here, they were longer series, so that's that. But then come Series 3 and 4, we got QIXL, which were extended 45-minute episodes, but was sort of shown a few days later. I think QI was shown Thursday or Friday, and then the XL was normally shown on a Sunday or something like that. I can't remember now. They've messed about with it so much recently that there's no fixed pattern to them. In fact, now they have shown some XLs before they've shown the normal versions. Anyway, so in these 2 sets, which are noticeably thicker, It's because they're 45-minute episodes. They just have the XLs on here, which is good. So we need more discs for them. But yeah, just excellent stuff. Okay, so that is it for part 26. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.